I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch Wasp Baseball on the Peak Utah Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is powered by Q Mortgage, Terry King, Parker and Auto Parts, Physical Defense Stop, Wasatch Back Flooring, Napa Wasatch Auto Parts, Heber City Point and Glorious Dental and Bacon Utah.
Baseball. I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasp Baseball on 94.5.
Good evening and welcome to the ballpark. Tyler Barrett here with Tyler Moss, and better late than never, this is game 4 of the two-day weekend tournament for the Wasatch High School Wasps. They were supposed to play at 2 and 4 due to lightning delays and rain delays and everything in between. Wasatch is now ready to get things started for their 4th and final game against Pine View High School at Pine View High School. Wasatch won their opener 22-0 over Hunter, but then since then they've dropped 2 in a row, 9-7 against Park City and 10-6 against Juan Diego, looking to bounce back and finish the tournament well with a win over the host school, Pine View Panthers.
Yeah, and always when you face a southern school, Tyler, here in the St. George area, whether it be Dixie, Snow Canyon, Pine View, Crimson Cliffs, Desert Hills, they're all excellent when it comes to baseball. Pine View's a little down this year. They're 0-2 coming into this game, Tyler. They're going to be hungry, looking for a win, but it's a team that has had the injury bug bite them already. 5 players out with season-ending injuries over the first 2 games. These are injuries that have happened within the first couple games here in the season. So Wasatch is going to need to be on high alert. They need to give them their best. This is going to be a desperate team of Pine View coming out looking for a win. And Wasatch needs to rebound off of what was a pretty unusual, just strange, kind of miserable game against Juan Diego because of the lightning delays and all the rain. Expect there to be more rain coming in later during this one, Tyler. Looks good right now, clear. There's actually a little bit of light out here, but word is that it's raining pretty hard just south of St. George and Mesquite, and the weather may move that over in this area here quickly. So we'll have to see how much Wasatch can get in, what the weather will do for us, but they've got to jump out here early and get off to a fast start, because you don't know what's coming up the canyon here in a few minutes.
You're listening to the Dairy King pregame show. It's time for our national anthem. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups right after this.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today and get your car hardware, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulk yard, where we offer a large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Gordon Law Group is your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. It's time for your Gordon Law Group starting lineup. Batting leadoff for the 4th straight game will be the senior Crew Erickson. Batting second, senior Tragun Shaw. Batting third, senior Alex Gutierrez. Batting fourth, senior Chett Wilson. Batting fifth, senior Cole Zimmerman. Batting sixth is the junior Carter Bucad. Ashton Gurney, this junior, batting seventh. Colvin Hafen, a sophomore, batting 8th, and Zach Burdett, getting his first start of the season, will be batting 9th for the Wasps.
Yeah, Ty, this offensive lineup's been good for the Wasps. If you haven't had a chance to follow this whole weekend long, let's point out a few of the highlights. Chett Wilson has been the best hitter for Wasatch. Hard to keep off base. Tyler hitting over 700 in the early parts of this season. Crew Erickson the same way on base multiple times every game that he has played. Tragun Shaw, very similar situation. 2 hits in the last one. Shaw came in over 500, and he increased that batting average after the last game against Juan Diego. So the firepower for Wasatch Wasatch offensively is there. I didn't even get to Alex Gutierrez, the three-hitter for Wasatch, who came in hitting .571 to start play here today. So this team can really swing it. They've got a lot of offensive power here, and they can put some runs on the board. What has really gotten into issues for this team is the defensive freebies. Tyler, errors have been an issue defensively. They've made multiple errors in all the games that they've lost, and they've given up a lot of free passes on the bases, whether it be by walks or hit by pitches, and that's really been the kryptonite for Wasatch early on in the year.
On the mound for Pine View will be Schroeder, a junior, 4 1/3 innings pitched last year, 11.3 ERA. Tyler, you already have mentioned some of these things, but let's jump into a good spot A, adjustments for the Wasatch team. What adjustments do you think you need to see from Wasatch in order to get a victory here tonight?
Tyler, they need to play clean defensively. I went with the pitching last time, and I do feel very strongly the pitching needs to throw strikes. But defensively, you got to back your pitchers up as well, and I feel like the defense has let down their pitching a little bit over the last couple games, and I'd just like to see them come out a little bit more clean, get a little bit more prepared, get a good prep step, and be ready to field the ball.
Those adjustments brought to you by Good Spot A, your favorite hometown place to relax and unwind. They offer massage, skin care, nail care, and unique relaxing spa packages. Pick a Good Spot A to be your spa. Crew Erickson steps into the box, 4 for 7 on the year, a couple of extra base hits, and 2 RBIs for Erickson. He'll take a fastball inside for ball 1. I think he thought that was a strike. He took a peek back at the umpire, and the umpire disagreed.
Yeah, it looks like a tight zone, if that calls any indication.
Gets a strike call there. 1-1 the count. Schroeder, again, only a junior. Had a high ERA last year in his 4 1/3 innings pitched on the varsity level. Good velocity, though, early on in this one. Goes off speed, looked like a slider. That's down in the dirt. Kills a couple of worms, and we're back to 2-1.
He's got good velocity, Tyler, and he's got a breaking pitch that changes speeds well. In the few warm-up pitches I saw the breaking pitch, it didn't bite hard, though.
There's that off speed again, and Cruz just seems a little bit off balance in this at bat. That's a called strike. Moves count to 2-2. First night game for the Wasps as they'll be playing under the lights here tonight. 2-2 pitch, a little bit of a sidearm off-speed action. You can see that one coming. You can see that he changes the angle of his arm on that off-speed. See if the Wasatch hitters can pick up on that.
Yeah, you're right. First night game, and there won't be many night games as there's not lights throughout most of Region 9. Spanish Fork a little different. They've got some lights down there.
That ball too low in the count. Fills it up at full.
But down here, down south, St. George, all the schools have lights down here. They play most of their games at night at 7 o'clock. But this will be a rarity for the Wasps.
Ball count pitch, swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to have to get rid of it quick. Does so, and he's in time as Wasatch has their first batter retired. That's the first time this season that the leadoff guy's gotten out.
That was a good quality of bat, though. Tyler, he went 6+ pitches. Saw a lot of different pitches. He saw a couple breaking pitches, slider, curveball, and fastball. That's what you want your leadoff hitter to do, give a good look at all the pitches the pitcher has to offer.
It's going to bring up Tragun Shaw. He's going to swing the first pitch and sends a message to the Pine View dugout that they need to keep their head up. 4 for 10 on the year is Tragun Shaw. Leads the team with 5 RBIs, including 1 in the last game against Juan Diego. The 0-1 pitch swung on, and this one's going to be fouled off again over towards that left-hand side.
Yeah, Tragun was probably the most clutch hitter for the Wasps in their last game against Juan Diego. A couple RBI spots, and he came through with some singles over to the right side of the field.
The 0-2 pitch goes with another fastball. He laces this one down to the left field side. Left fielder's able to get over to it, so they'll keep him to a single. But a nice at bat there from Tragun Shaw. Goes with the fastball on the outside part of the plate, and Wasatch has a base runner on base.
Yeah, these are good disciplined hitters for Wasatch, Tyler. You can see Tragun, he doesn't panic when he gets to 2 strikes. Feels totally confident in his abilities to see the pitches and just go with it. And that outer half pitch, he just serves over there into left field with a nice barrel.
It's going to bring up Alex Gutierrez, 500 hitter on the year, 4 for 8 with 3 RBIs. He's going to take ball 1 on the outside part of the plate. A couple of signals here from Coach Jacobson. Tragun Shaw will take his lead over at first base. A good lead. Gets a secondary. It's going to be swung on, ground double play opportunity here. 6-4, not enough time to get it over to first base. So the lead runner is out, which is Tragun Shaw, and Alex Gutierrez is safe at first. Going to bring up Chett Wilson. Ty, you mentioned it. 6 for 10 on the year. 3 extra base hits, 3 RBIs. Missed an opportunity with the bases loaded in that last game against Juan Diego. Look for him against some good speed to get a hold of one early on in this game. First pitch, too far outside, ball 1.
The carousel of baseball athletes down here, Tyler, in St. George, kind of seems to be never ending as new schools are built. Desert Hills, several years ago when they were the new school, got a lot of the guys that were top-tier baseball players. Now having built Crimson Cliffs down here not too long ago, Crimson Cliffs won the state championship last year, and when I was talking to these Pine View players and coaches earlier, they said, yeah, that's kind of where a lot of the guys that want to play baseball are looking to go down here right now. So Pine View is a little bit down compared to these other schools. Crimson Cliff leading the way, Snow Canyon, of course, one of the good ones, Desert Hills. Dixie is always going to be competitive there, but Pine View's not at the top tier of that region this year.
1-2 count after a couple of called strikes here to Chett Wilson. Going to have to battle with 2. Pitcher sets, delivers, fouled off, and that's going to go off the catcher's foot. He's going to need a second. Actually, I think that might have gotten him where it counts, Ty, as he's going to gingerly walk back behind the dish. 1-2 the count.
Well, you have to just be thinking a little bit like the Pine View coach over there. Just has to be thinking, right, again, really? We've already lost 5 guys in the first 2 games, and now I got my catcher nicked up here within the first few hitters in this one. Seems like the catcher's going to be okay and able to play this one through, walking it off right now, Ty. Does have a noticeable limp, though.
1-2 the count, still with 2 outs. Wasatch has scored in their opening inning each of their first 3 games. Cole Zimmerman hitting in the 5 spot is on deck. Chett sets the 1-2. Nice off-speed pitch low and outside. Chett lays off of it, though, and that's going to tie the count up at deuces. Schroeder comes set on the mound. Gutierrez sets the pitch, swung on, and a hard ground ball foul down the third base side.
Chett Wilson, senior for Wasatch, has committed to play infield at Salt Lake Community College after this season. And he's not the only senior to have a commitment to play at the next level. Tyler, a lot of these players, we'll try to highlight them over the course of the game. They'll be going to take their talents into college here after this year.
Misses inside for ball 3, so that'll fill up the count, which means Alex Gutierrez gets a head start here at first base. See if Chett can get a hold of a fastball into the gap and score Gutierrez from first. Schroeder comes set. High leg kick, delivers, swung on. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. It'll get through. Alex going from first to third. Center fielder does come up with it, and so he will not score. But another 2-out hit for Chett Wilson, and Wasatch has runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Cole Zimmerman coming up to the plate.
Well, it's so good, Tyler. It's amazing that when you're Chett, you come into last game and you get a hit, and your average goes down. You know, usually you go 1 for 3, 2 for 4, your average stays okay, but when you're hitting over 700, you got to go 3 for 4. Your average is going down in the game. That's how good Chett's been this year. Continues that hot streak right now. Now 7 for 11 on the year.
Cole Zimmerman 5 for 9. He's going to get a shot to the 3-4 hole. Alex Gutierrez will score, and another single, back-to-back singles from Chett Wilson and Cole Zimmerman, and Wasatch is on the board.
Cole didn't even give me a chance to highlight where he's going after this, Tyler, so I'll make this quick and back up. Cole Zimmerman, also a senior, he signed a couple weeks ago to play ball up at Lane Community College in Oregon. And so Cole will be one of these guys playing at the next level also. He'll be up there with a couple former Wasatch players from last year's team, Jackson Bolander and Jackson Kelson, both up there right now.
Carter Boucard comes up to the plate. Boucard 2 for 9 on the year. Is going to take strike 1, a little bit up in the zone. Schroeder comes set. Takes one look at second base. Now takes a second look. He'll deliver the 0-1. That ball's low and away. Off-speed pitch. 1-1 now the count.
Pine View, Tyler, I don't think they're used to playing in cold weather games too often either. I think they usually have some pretty nice weather.
It's a hit and run. Chett's going to score on the base knock up the middle. Wasatch 3 straight singles And on the throw to third base, Carter's able to advance to second. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. 3 straight singles for the Wasps, and they've got a 2-run lead. You talk about the mental resilience of this squad, Ty. Carter Lucad made the last out in the last game with the bases juiced. Does not let it rattle him. He comes back in game 2 and is able to get the RBI single up the middle.
Yeah, Ty, this is a mentally tough team here, and you even saw it in the last game, Ty. It ended 3.5 innings, but you give Wasatch 3 more innings. They very easily could have climbed back into that game against Juan Diego. The weather and lightning delays made it so they didn't get that opportunity, had to call it on time, but they got down 10-3, and there was no panic from the team. They just got right back to work. It's a mentally tough team they've got here.
Ashton Gurney comes up to the plate, 1-1 the count. 2 for 7 on the year is Ashton Gurney. He's going to be behind the dish tonight, catching for the Wasps. Schroeder working out of the windup now with runners on second and third. The 1-1, another off-speed pitch. Catcher thought he had that one, but it's a ball on the outside.
Yeah, and I understand why he thought that, Ty. That's a pretty good spot. It's one of those borderline low strikes. Some umpires will call, some won't. That umpire not calling the low one.
Fastball up in the zone, moves the count to 3-1.
Yeah, interesting sequence to start the season here, Ty. Gurney catching, as you pointed out, 4th catcher in 4 games for Wasatch. Haven't had the same starting catcher once.
3-1 pitch is swung on and fouled behind us, and that'll fill up the count at full. Full count, runners on second and third. Colden Hafen on deck for the Wasps. Schroeder back into the windup. The payoff. Swung on, driven to right field. Right fielder got a late start on it, but he's able to come over and secure the catch. Wasatch able to score 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. Wasatch up 2-0 as we move into the bottom of the first.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the trade, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley. And they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes. And you've just got to try their delicious train burger with Warrior Shake. They also have those county salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the trade, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound, and that early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The demo drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dumbest, the Doris demo, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Doris Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza in Heber City.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5.
Bottom of the first brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. It's our first look for Max Walker, who will be on the mound today for the Wasps, the junior. And Ty, go ahead and take us around the diamond for Wasatch's defensive starting lineup.
Well, you already pointed out Max Walker going to be the starting pitcher. The coaches really like what he can bring, Tyler. I think he can get up there into the 80-mile-per-hour range. And he's got multiple pitches that he can throw for a strike. He'll be your starting pitcher here today. Behind the dish will be Ashton Gurney, catching in this one. Third base, Chett Wilson. Shortstop, Carter Bucad. At second base, senior Alex Gutierrez. And first base, senior Cole Zimmerman. In left field, senior Crew Erickson. Center field will be senior Tragun Shaw, and in right field, junior Zach Burdett. That's your starting 9 on your defensive positions for the Wasps here in Game 4 of the weekend against Pine View High School.
Starting lineup brought to you by Mountain Refine. From project to design completion, our team excels in understanding and implementing your taste preferences. Come on into our showroom to find beautiful furniture, bedding, mattresses, decor, and so much more.
You had an amazing Gordon Law Group stat, Tyler, when you said Wasatch has scored in the first inning of every game that they've played so far. That was in danger in that one, but a lot of 2-out knocks ends up getting them a couple extra runs. on the bat of several Wasatch players.
Catcher Milne's going to swing at the first pitch, driven deep to right center field, and it's going to drop. He's going to be rounding first. He's going to round second, and he'll decide to stay at second. Good job of relaying that ball in. But a leadoff double from Milne. He hit .350 last year, and he gets things going with a leadoff double.
Yeah, that's the catcher for Pine View, Tyler, and he's the one that took that ball off the leg. Got banged up in the first inning. You can see why they wanted to keep him in the game. Aggressive, a lot of speed coming out of the box as well. Don't be surprised if you see him on the move on the base paths at some point.
Designated hitter will come up next. Duarte did not have any varsity plate appearances last year. Walker comes set, looks, delivers. Nice fastball, but it's right at Cole Zimmerman. He makes the grab, and is he in time? No! Not able to get the double play at second base, but a great play from Cole Zimmerman. And 2 pitches in, 2 hard barrels from Pine View. They're ready to swing it.
Love that play, though, from Cole and Carter Bucad. Tyler Carter heads up, moving over there to second base, so Cole had a target to throw it to. Easy on a line drive to the opposite side of the field for the defense to get caught watching. That wasn't Bucad there. Everyone's got a place to be when the ball's in play, and Bucad was in the right spot and nearly got the double play.
It's going to bring up Shakespeare, the left fielder, 405 hitter last year. That ball's in the dirt. It's going to get by Gurney, and the runner will advance to third base. And Gurney looks like they're twisted up a little bit, and they're going to have a conversation.
Ty, obviously really early, only 3 pitches into this one, but like what you're seeing from Walker, simply pump the strike zone, right? Challenge the other team, and Pine View's going to challenge right back. Lead off double, line drive to Cole, but you want your pitchers throwing strikes. You want them challenging early on. And in the first 2 batters, Walker's right after it, and Pine View's ready to roll and come right back at it.
Lefty steps back into the box. Walker comes set. The 1-0 count with 1 out. Runner on third. Fastball gets away from Gurney again, but not far enough. The runner will stay at third base. That one not a wild pitch. Just didn't stick in the glove. 2-0 the count. Walker comes set. Delivers the 2-0. That one's a fastball. It's swung on. Back deep to right center field again. Don't think they're going to get to this one either. It's off the warning track. Tragun's going to go ahead, gather it in, and another double. And Pine View's on the board, 2-1 after 2 doubles out of the first 2 hitters.
Yeah, Ty, that ball was hammered by Shakespeare. It carried a lot farther than I thought it would. Hit the right center gap and put it halfway up the wall. Is where it hit, and had it been a regular wall, that's a home run, Ty. The right field wall is 2 really high 8-foot fences stacked on top of each other, so you're looking at about 16 feet up. That ball has to go to clear the fence, and that one hit about 10 feet up. Nearly left the park.
It's going to go to Schroeder, the pitcher, 390 last year with 14 RBIs. He's going to swing at the first pitch, and that's another line drive up the middle. Fastballs are getting hammered right now by the Pine View Panthers. That run's going to come in, and we got a tie ball game, 2-2. Nice single up the middle there for Schroeder. And they've got Walker timed up right now. Christensen will come up, center fielder, but it will earn a trip to the mound from Coach Jacobson. Trip to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. Best donuts in Utah. The Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station.
Courtesy runner for Schroeder, who's going to come out, as he's the starting pitcher for the Panthers here. 2-2 your score, only 1 out on the board, and it was a laser shot at Cole Zimmerman. Wasatch 1-2 on the weekend. Win over Hunter High School, actually a no-hitter over Hunter High School, Tyler, in 5 innings. The last one 22-0. Fell to Park City 7-9 in game 2, and then lost to Juan Diego 10-6 in game 3.
Christensen will step into the box. He had 231 last year with a couple of RBIs and limited varsity experience. He's playing center field today for the Panthers. Runner on first base is a speed-up runner, probably with some good speed. He's going to go on the first pitch. A little hit-and-run action. Crew Erickson's going to go ahead and make the catch. He's got a chance to double him up at first. The throw coming in, and that'll do it. Your first double play of the season. Double plays brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bike, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized sales and service, as Pine View scores 2 runs on 3 hits. And they're going to leave none on base on no errors. Wasatch 2, Pine View 2 as we go into the top of the second.
From eagerly ribs, muffin, and gooey sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates take that significant other for the smoked prime rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome. Quick service for dining or takeout. Great quality food and great value for your money. That's UGQ in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone answer the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limited. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want? Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City. Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Good mortgage companies and equal housing lender. MLS 7270 for all loans or subject to underwriter approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Into the top of the second inning, brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts, your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools, equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stopping in today at Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. And Ty, we just had a good spot, a play of the game. Crew Erickson flashing the letter and the arm out there in left field. Pine View had a runner on first, going in motion to steal second. Fly ball was hit to left field. Crew settled under and made the catch, and then threw a rope from left field over to first base. Bounced it up nicely to Cole Zimmerman, who caught it, and they doubled up Pine View to end the inning. Pine View, though, on the barrel. Every batter that came up, Tyler, every batter on the barrel hitting hard line drives. Out of the 3 outs, you had a laser to Cole at first base, and then the double play on the flying ball to Erickson and left. Looks like the team's going to come ready to swing, and that should be no surprise to Wasatch. All these teams down here in St. George, they're competitive. They're going to get in the box, and they're going to be able to put the barrel on the ball.
For Wasatch, Hafen, Burdett, and in the top of the order to Cruz, who Wasatch has up. It's interesting how you talk about the down south teams. We always had a hard time knocking off Dixie. Desert Hills seems to have our number, but Wasatch has had success against Pine View down in these tournaments.
Yeah, Pine View, Hurricane, those are kind of the two teams Wasatch has really thrived against.
Swung on and fouled off. Golden Hafen 2 for 4 in his opening game start against Hunter High School. Caught a good game and had a couple of singles. Fouls off that fastball to get things going here in the top of the second. 2-2 the score. Wasatch Pine View dead locked. Off-speed pitch comes in, looking a little bit high, but comes down into the strike zone for strike 2.
Yeah, in fact, Tyler, I think out of the last 4 times Wasatch played Pine View, I think they've won 3 out of the 4.
Fastball too high for ball 1.
Can't say the same for these other schools. Desert Hills, they've been so close so many times, but Desert Hills just finds a way to get it done.
Curveball down in the dirt is strike 3. It's in the dirt. Hafen's going to try to hustle down the line. Not in time. And Wasatch has one away on the strikeout from Hafen. It's going to bring up Zach Burdett, his first start of the year. The junior's going to be playing right field today. Has had varsity experience in the speed-up role and pinch run role for the Wasps. Burdett also a football player, played JV quarterback this year for the Wasps. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Schroeder back into the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 2. Very similar to what we saw from the Hafen at bat. 0-2 now the count. Different feel so far in this one. The last game, a lot of walks and command issues. But so far, Schroeder and Walker have been right around the zone and a lot of swings on baseballs early on.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, right? You want to see guys get out there and compete and challenge each other.
1-2, so went high with the fastball, then tried to go back to the off-speed in the dirt. 2-2, now the count.
I know Walker, they have the barrel on him, Tyler, but I'm pleased with what I saw in the first inning because he just kept coming back at him. And you're competing. You're up there saying, I'm challenging you. Come get it. I've got guys that can play defense behind.
Freezes him on the off-speed, so back-to-back Ks here for the Wasps on a backdoor curveball. Freezes Burdett, and that's 2 strikeouts. 2 away here in the top of the second. It's going to bring us to the top of the order. Crew Erickson, who's now 4 for 8 on the year, grounded out to the third baseman his first at bat. Looked like he had a little bit of trouble picking up the baseball. Was off balance on a couple of first pitches. See if he has better success here. The first pitch. That's in there outside for ball 1.
It can be an adjustment playing under the lights, Tyler. If you haven't played much baseball under the lights, it'd be harder to pick the ball up, especially harder to pick up the spin of the baseball coming out of the pitcher's hand.
That one high. Crew looked like he went, in my opinion, Tyler. The umpire disagrees. 2-0 now the count with 2 outs. See if Wasatch can generate a run with 2 outs once again in this one. That time against the outside corner. 2-1 now the count. Wasatch able to generate 2 runs on 3 straight singles in the top half of the first. Fastball is going to be another ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman fields it, throws it across the diamond in time as Wasatch goes down 1-2-3. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's still 2-2 as we go into the bottom of the second.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring, and if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Varsity Point S is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed. Conveniently located. Free shuttle service and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point S. And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the second action brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, your local owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injury, serving the Gila Valley for over 40 years. A good intro into our Watson campus, Tyler Bluth's son, Jack Bluth, playing, and not only playing, leading off and starting at second base for Salt Lake Community College this year. One of 3 Wasatch Wasps that have moved on to the next level. Jackson Bowender.
And he's on a great start to his collegiate career.
I got distracted with the dugout issue here.
Yeah, the umpire was talking about something over in the dugout. I'll keep going with Jackson Bowender because I'm excited about the success he's having. If I don't have a coughing attack over here right now, Tyler, he's already got two saves on the season and a win for Lane Community College. He's their main reliever coming into the game. Only 6 games. They've used him already 3 times. He's kind of their go-to guy up there at Lane Community College.
Pause in the action was due to a child in the dugout, not allowed, and so they're going to have to get him out of the dugout. And we're back at it. Max Walker on the mound for the Wasps. He'll be facing off against the shortstop, Stuckey. .294 batting average and 1 RBI last season. Fastball in there for strike 1. Max Walker supporting a pretty pink glove and blue webbing out there on the mound.
It's been a colorful weekend.
Yeah,
Asher Kearney had that baby blue glove. We've seen a green glove.
Fastball, off of the leg, and in this cold, that's got to sting a little bit. 0-2 now the count. Little pause in the action as the umpire walks out and gives the hitter a little bit of time here to kind of regroup himself. But man, that one was hard right off that left inside leg. 0-2 the count. Jackson Kelson also up at Lane Community College. Others, Kelson Stocking and Chandler Stocking down at Alabama A&M. Nick Greenhawt playing at Vassar Community College. 7 different players from Wasatch playing at the next level right now from the baseball team. 0-2 count, way high, gets Cruz.
Got chatter. Things came from that might be listening over here.
That might just have done our broadcast on the YouTube Live. Chad up and out of his seat. Guy got that Chad away.
Yeah, these guys, he will never live that down. These boys like going and watching that feed afterwards, Tyler. So
I want to see the replay of that ball coming in. 1-2 the count. He goes back to the off speed. It's going to be a little blooper to right field, and it's going to fall. The Texas Leaguer is a single. Alex Gutierrez goes back and is able to get it, and after the 0-2 count and little bloop single there for Stuckey, and Pine View has the leadoff guy on once again.
Now hitting
Yeah, different looking at bat. Still was aggressive. But Walker had Stuckey off balance. Stuckey doing just enough, though, to flare it out there and hope something good happens, and it did. The wind blowing from left to right on the field right now seemed to have just enough to push that over the outstretched arms of the defender of Wasatch.
Nice off-speed pitch there. Max has been going with a lot of fastballs. That was the leadoff pitch. He went curveball there. Got Archibald off balance. Archibald had 200 here last year with a couple of RBIs and limited varsity experience. Gets ahead 0-1. Couple of looks over at the runner. Goes back to that off-speed, and it's in there for strike two. 0-2 count here to the number 7 hitter Archibald. Playing third base today for the Panthers. Walker takes a look, now becomes set. Takes another look, delivers, goes back to that off-speed, and that's strike three. First strikeout of his Wasatch career is one swinging on a curveball out away from the zone, and that's going to bring up Chase, the first baseman.
Well, Archibald might not get a fastball all game long, Tyler. After that at bat, three curveballs. Didn't look good on any of them. See if Walker gives him anything in the future to hit that's of the fastball nature. Chase playing first base here for Pine View, stepping into the box.
Fouled off the first pitch. Is this number 6 that's up to the plate?
Yeah. This is number 6, Chase.
You got me questioning everything after last game's fiasco of. And well,
it does say number 2. You're right, Tyler. It says number 2. They gave me number 6 in their starting lineup here.
They don't even have a number 2 in their starting lineup, according to.
Who knows? We'll make sure where
number 2.
Where this guy goes when he comes out. But in the 8-hole spot is who we've got, Tyler. The number 8 hitter up right now.
One out. An 0-1 count here to the batter. Walker, one look, now pauses, now takes another look, steps off the back of the mound and will reset. Walker's look crisp. He's been around the zone, gave up a couple of doubles in that first inning, but settled down, was able to get the double play, and then it's looked good so far in this inning. Gave up a bloop single and then strikeout.
That's what I was just looking at, Tyler, is he's been in the zone a lot. Out of 16 pitches, 13 have been strikes now, so he's over 80% strikes, just pounding the zone. Good enough velocity to keep the hitters off balance. He looks good early on.
Another good pitch right there, a curveball out, and gets him fouling that one off again. So 0-2 to count with one out. Gets the pitch, comes set, takes one look, now quick pitch, runner goes out, that's strike three, strike him out, throw him out, no, and throws a little bit off to the shortstop side, but it is strike three, so back-to-back strikeouts on that one. An outside fastball gets him looking, and that's going to bring up now the final hitter in the lineup. I'm going to check my notes here.
Gardine. I feel pretty good about this one, Tyler. The number matches the lineup that they gave us over here.
It is Evan Gardine who's up. He is playing the right field for the Panthers today. Runner on second base, threatening. Walker comes set. Takes a long look at the runner at second. Now he'll deliver. This one's in the dirt. Gurney comes up, lets it go back to the backstop. And now the runner will move to third base.
Max hasn't missed much, but when he has, they get away from him. He's had one hit the camera on the backstop, had another one that got over to the backstop screen, and now a breaking pitch that went about 55 feet towards home plate. He's only got 5 balls. 3 of them have missed wildly.
1-0 to count, 2 outs, runner on third base. Wasatch tied with Pine View 2-2. Goes back with the fastball. That one's fouled back to the backstop, and it's now 1-1. Got some dark clouds threatening, Ty. We'll see if we can survive this last one. We had 2 lightning delays in game 1. That's why we're starting this one so late. 1-1 to count. The pitch goes back to off speed. That one too far outside. Almost got him, but now we'll reset it 2-1. Chett Wilson, Carter Boucard, Alex Gutierrez, and Cole Zimmerman, your infield. Walker sets the 2-1, goes back to the curveball, gets him swinging at it, 2-2 now the count. We got deuces with 2 outs.
Bottom part of this lineup, Tyler, really 6 through 9 has struggled to see that breaking pitch, to recognize it and adjust to it.
Well, remember we've got We heard Pine View's got at least 4 guys out with season-ending injuries. It's going to hurt your depth. 2-2, big at bat here, the number 9 hitter. Wasatch trying to get out of it, goes back to the curveball. That's in the dirt, and that fills up the count at full. Leadoff hitter Milne had a double off the right center field wall, and he is standing in the on-deck circle. Walker comes, sets, delivers the payoff. Fastball, gets him to swing, but it gets by Gurney. Gurney's limping. I thought it was foul ball. A little bit of a break there. It looked like Gurney heard the bat as well because he went to go get that ball and then started to hold up.
The hitter did not think he fouled off, Tyler. When he swung, he took off, and then when the umpire said foul ball, he was holding out his hands like, what do you mean foul ball? And it was just an unusual look because usually you're not begging for a strikeout call, but felt like he got a decent break to get down there to first base, and the pass ball was probably going to get the runner in from third.
Called that a fastball. Pretty sure I was off speed. That was my mistake. So we're going to go back to full count still with 2 outs and a runner on third base.
See if Walker can put the goose egg on the board this inning, Ty.
Walker comes set. Long pause. The payoff. Fastball right by him for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Max Walker.
That goose egg inning brought to you by Physical at the Fifth Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Gila Valley for over 40 years.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's 2-2 as we go into the third.
The CCU was offering savings certificates with an incredibly high APY of up to 4% and a variety of term options to match your specific needs. This is an incredible opportunity for people who want to build their savings. With a UCCU savings certificate, you simply make 1 deposit and then let your money grow and grow and grow with a fixed rate of return that's much higher than a standard savings account. Visit uccu.com to learn more or get a savings certificate today. UCCU. Love where you bank. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Beat.
Wasatch Behavioral Health was founded in 1967 to provide quality mental health care for all individuals within Utah and Wasatch counties. They offer a comprehensive community behavioral health center offering a wide array of programs and services for teens, adults, and children. That's Wasatch Behavioral Health, sponsors of the top of the third inning.
At Pine View High School tonight, Wasatch taking on Pine View is 2-2, Tyler. And I'm looking to the, let's see, gotta get my bearings right. I think I'm looking back here behind us to the south, and I'm watching lightning striking about 20 to 30 miles away over there. Dark clouds moving in, and it's been a day full of rain and lightning delays, hoping to avoid another one. But the rule is, if lightning strikes,
not just lightning strike, just lightning in the area.
Yeah, in the area. 30-minute delay
from the last lightning. And luckily, in the first game, it was just passing storms. And so the one lightning that was in the area, they were able to just get that by, and then we were able to get things going about 45 minutes later. If it's extended lightning, which it looks pretty nasty behind us.
It's well, I guess we're calling it not in the area. It's in sight. It's visible. Definitely not threatening as far as striking someone over here with the lightning yet, Tyler, but it is moving in this direction. Wow. So I'd say as coaches, you tell your players, ready to go, limited warm-up pitches between innings. Let's get as much in as we possibly can before this rain comes and puts a damper on the game.
Wasatch will have 2-3-4 this inning. Tragun Shaw, who singled the left field in his first at-bat. Alex Gutierrez, who had a ground out fielder's choice, and Chett Wilson, who had an RBI, a single, and ended up scoring in the inning. Tragun's at-bat was a good one. He was on the barrel, a couple of foul balls, and then roped a ball into the left field side. He's now on the season 5 for 11 with 5 RBIs.
Tragun, another senior that's going to play at the next level. Tyler committed that same day as Chett and Cole. Utah State Eastern is where he's going to be going to play.
Yeah, I apologize yesterday. Kept calling it College of Eastern Utah, which was the old name, now Utah State Eastern.
Well, a lot of listeners will recognize it as the College of Eastern Utah as well, Tyler, so maybe not a bad thing to say in there, but they have switched the name of that school. Good baseball school down there.
Yeah, really good.
Actually, where Coach Sweat, alumni of CEU, he played down there.
Brennan Hallows as well pitched down at that school.
Scott pitched, but he coached down there. Brennan was a pitching coach down there at Eastern Utah.
Scott Haney's son is the head coach down there. 1 ball, 1 strike after a ball and then a strike on the outside part of the plate. Moves down to 1-1. Schroeder back into the windup. The pitch to Shaw. That one's too low and inside. Moves count to 2-1. We've got a black table here, Ty, and you can see the rain when it starts to fall. So far, we're clean. We don't have any drops coming.
It's pretty big and obvious, isn't it? I mean, it splashes, and it gives you a little warning almost. You get a few little sprinkles.
Yeah.
Moments later, you'll be covered.
2-2 after another called strike on the outside part of the plate. So 2-2 count here to Shaw. Schroeder, the pitch. Goes to the off speed. Too far outside. I must have missed one, Ty. Was that ball 4?
Yes, that was ball 4, so Tragun's going to get this one. Get a free bag there. Ty, that was a pretty good pitch, but it looked better than it was. The catcher did a good job going and receiving that one. Just barely snow-coned out to keep it in his glove, but he made it look good from the side.
Alex Gutierrez is going to come up. He's going to lay down a bunt. Does it stay fair? It will not. Wasatch continues with their bunting woes. Have not bunted well in this tournament. Tried to go down the third base side. Got it up in the air a little bit, which caused that spin to kick it foul. Gutierrez grounded out to the shortstop in his last at bat. Now 4 of 9 on the year. Chett Wilson on the on-deck circle. Would love to get a runner in scoring position with Chett on deck. 7 of 11 on the season is the senior Chett Wilson. Pickoff move over to Shaw, not close, and Shaw gets back easily.
Alex, a real weapon there, though, in the 3-hole, Tyler, that can handle the bat, bunt, he can hit for average. But a lot of teams, you bring up your number 3 hitter, they're not thinking bunt, and so he may be able to steal a few hits doing that this season.
Off-speed pitch in there for strike 2 as Alex he squared to bunt, but then pulled back at the last moment. But the curveball goes in there for a strike. Moves count 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, that's a high fastball, too high. Alex does not go for it. 1-2 now the count.
Already up to 52 pitches for Schroeder.
1-2 pitch, takes a couple looks at Tragun, delivers, it's the off speed, it's down in the dirt. Tragun does not go. He'll go back to second, first base, 2-2. Now the count.
This catcher's good back here, Tyler. I'm impressed with him. That block, he was on that ball quickly. He went all the way to his knees, hit the chest, but he kept it right in front within that little 3 to 5 foot radius. Quickly got on it.
Goes back to the off speed. Alex goes with it the opposite way. Good piece of hitting there from Alex Gutierrez, and that's his first single of the ball game. Moves his average back up to 500 with a nice single to the opposite way. 2 runners on, nobody out, as Chett Wilson will come up to the plate.
Alex looked like he took that play right out of Tragun's playbook from Tragun's first at bat, where he got 2 strikes on him, and then just casually serves a line drive over there to left field.
Chett again, 7 of 11, 3 RBIs. He's going to square and tries to lay it down. I think the first base side not able to do it as he misses, and it'll be now 0-1.
Well, I'm going to give Chett a hard time when I get a chance. When we coached him, he was always really good at bunting down the first baseline. Couldn't bunt down the third baseline to save his life when he was a freshman and sophomore coming in. But that usually was his strength, is pulling it to the first base side. Overthought that one maybe a little bit.
Pickoff move, does not throw it, but he'll step off the mound. 0-1 the count with nobody out. Squares again. This time he's going to try to go down the third base side, too far down the third base side, and that'll go foul. And now Wasatch once again with an 0-2 count. First and second, nobody out. Cole Zimmerman hitting in the 5 spot on deck. Chett Wilson in the box with an 0-2 count. Schroeder sets, takes a look at Shaw, delivers, high fastball, too far, outside and high, ball 1.
Chett wearing number 5, somewhat of a legacy number with that family. Older brother Wyatt wore number 5 when he played for Wasatch. Good player.
1-2, 2 looks at Tragun this time, goes with an off speed and gets him swinging, and that'll be the second strikeout of the season for Chett. We got runners on first and second still with 1 out now, and Cole Zimmerman will come up to the bat. Cole singled and has an RBI. He had a single through the 3-4 hole in his first at bat. He's hitting 6 for 10 on the year. That was his first RBI of the season. Good start to the season for Cole Zimmerman. Shorter comes set, still runners on first and second. 1 look pitch, swung on, and it's going to be elevated and fouled down the left field line. Third baseman makes a pretty good effort on it, not able to get to it, and we will reset at 0-1. Cole Zimmerman, a 3-year starter, along with Chett Wilson. Both of them getting significant playing time as sophomores, and then played last year as well. Takes the sign from Coach Jacobson. Now he'll step into the box on the left-hand side. Catcher looking over to the dugout for the pitch call. Gets it. Schroeder gets the pitch. Sets. Takes a look at Shaw. Delivers the 0-1. Swung on and fouled off again. Moves the count to 0-2. Back-to-back-to-back 0-2 counts for the Wasatch hitters.
Cole just missed that. Seemed like he was on that. Well balanced, Tyler. If he gets that pitch again, expect him to drive that one to left field.
0-2, curveball in the dirt. Cole does not go for it, and the runners will stay. Another good job from the catcher from Pine View. So far, pitcher for Pine View, 1 look and go. We'll see if Wasatch takes advantage of that. Comes set, takes a look at Shaw. This time he's going to take a second look. Must have heard me. Takes a third look. 1-2 pitch. Curveball gets Cole swinging again. Back-to-back Ks from Wilson and Zimmerman on that same curveball in the dirt. And Wasatch, in what was once a promising inning, now has 2 outs with runners on first and second.
Yeah, Ty, we'll see if Bukata can pick him up here with 2 outs. He's been good with 2 outs over the course of this weekend.
Had a single up the middle for an RBI in his last at bat. He's now 3 for 10 on the year. Pitching coach is going to come out and take a talk to Schroeder. Trip to the mound brought to you once again by Mirror Lake Station. It's a quick trip, and Schroeder's back on the mound.
Well, good coaches paying attention to what happened the first time through the lineup, I'm sure. And Carter Bacard, he played a role in that first inning, getting a knock there that drove in a run. Singled on a hard ground ball, right back up the middle.
First pitch of the bat is in there for strike 1 on the outside corner. Carter thought it was a little bit too far outside, but he'll step right back into the box. Good speed at second from Tragun. Ball in the outfield should score him. The 0-1's back to that curveball. That one's too far down. Catcher a little bit mad at himself. Didn't receive that one great. 1-1 now the count.
No, he didn't. So it made it look a lot worse than it was, Tyler. That thing started breaking across. It was a little low, but it started at the bottom of the zone. And seeing if he could get Carter to offer that thing and chase it outside. Carter with a good eye on it, though. Didn't offer.
1-1 count. The pitch. Swung on, but foul down the right field line. Pretty good contact again there from Carter. Carter looks to have the timing down. See if he can get a pitch here with 2 strikes. Schroeder's done a good job of working ahead this inning. After the walk to Shaw, got ahead 0-2 to Gutierrez, 0-2 to Wilson, 0-2 to Zimmerman, and now up 1-2 here on Carter. The pitch. Runners go. Too far low and outside. Both runners will be safe. Nice call there from Coach Jacobson, the double steal, and now we have runners on second and third and deuces for Carter Bacard.
Well, that's been the tendency this inning, Tyler, to go to that breaking pitch. When it gets to that count, 0-2, 1-2, Coach Jacobson reading it, getting his guys in motion at the right time. Now a hit from Carter should score 2.
The 2-2 pitch in the dirt once again. A good smother again by the catcher, Milne. And that's going to move the count to full. Those stolen bases brought to you by Gravity Coalition. Visit them in Midway or on gravitycoalition.com. Full count, the payoff pitch with runners on. Swung on, it's a ground ball up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for the second baseman. He can't handle it. Alex Gutierrez rounds third, and the error by the second baseman will bring in 2 runs, and Wasatch takes the lead 4-2. That was just,
Of all the good baseball we've seen, Tyler, he just kind of let that one eat him up.
and that's exactly what happened, Tyler. It was a slow, high hopper, and he sat back on it. And with the rain and the wet dirt, you just figured that was going to take a bad hop sooner or later, and it did. And just like that, Wasatch takes the 4-2 lead. Another trip to the mound. We might be seeing a pitching change. Ty Schroeder threw well. Probably a pitch count situation here for the Pine View Panthers. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, Wasatch leads 4-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Sluga at Wasatch Bank Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey, Host, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Bank Flooring and Paints.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here are some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the County Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today. And get your car hardware, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah, where we provide financial services to businesses and individuals in our community, and we are proud to support Wasatch High School. As one of the nation's top performing banks, we've been delivering exceptional value for over 70 years. So whether you're looking to grow a business or raise a family, we can help you every step of the way, because your Utah is our Utah. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience the hands-on customer service that only comes from a hometown bank. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5.
Pitching change brought to you by Tony's Tacos. Best tacos in town, but that's not all they have. Stop in for their burritos, chili rellenos, tortas, anything Mexican, in business since 2001. And are we glad that they are now sponsors, Ty? Because that is a place we love to brag about.
Well, it's a great place to go get yourself lunch, dinner, really second lunch, second dinner, third lunch, third dinner. It's a fantastic meal. If you haven't tried it, you can stop by.
Ashton Gurney up, 2 for 8 on the year, flew out to the right fielder. On the mound now for the Pine View Panthers, number 21. That Archibald low again.
Yeah, it looks like the changes, Tyler. Schroeder's going to go out to shortstop. Archibald was playing third. He's coming in to pitch. Stuckey, the former shortstop, is actually going to go out. And then they've brought in a different player at third base, number 17. I don't have the name on that one at this time.
Pickoff move, not in time, over to Bukad. 2-0 the count here to Gurney. Gurney sets. Pitcher comes set. Another pickoff move over for Bukad, not in time again. Wasatch able to execute on a double steal with 2 strikes on Bukad. Coach Jacobson predicted the curveball in the dirt and was able to get 2 stolen bases, and then the error by the second baseman brings in those 2 runs. 4-2 to score here in the top of the third. The pitch, this one's low again for ball 3.
Got some sprinkling starting here, Tyler.
Oh, I see it. It's on the table.
And
Get the coat ready to go.
Lightning's starting to crack.
4-2 to score. Gurney in the box with a 3-0 count, and that one's in there for a strike. 3-1 now the count. First strike of the game here for Archibald, who just came in to pitch. Schroeder threw well. I think he had to be pulled because of pitch count rules is what I'm assuming. 4-2 the count, or 4-2 the score on the Dorius Dental scoreboard. The 3-1. Swung on, it's a ground ball to the 5-6. Oh, what a play by the third baseman. He's got to get rid of it quick, and he does. Man, that's a great play by the third baseman as Pine View gets out of the inning. But Wasatch scores 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 is left on base. It's 4-2 as we move into the bottom half of the third.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulkyard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Are you ready for lunch? The Barricade, home of the trade, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley. And they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes. And you've just got to try their delicious train burger with Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Barricade, home of the trade, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
The 50s produced some great sound, and that early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The demo drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist, the Dorius Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Dorius Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza in Heber City.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Doug.
Bottom of the third brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, best donuts in Utah. Stop on into Mirror Lake Station for all your gas, groceries, and goodies. Owners David and Kristen Wade invite you to swing by and say hello this season at Mirror Lake Station.
Yeah, let's do a quick Dorius Dental scoreboard update, Tyler. Well, we have a minute into the bottom of the third. Wasatch is leading 4-2.
Do you mean a minute before we start the inning or a minute before the rain or lightning?
We've heard the lightning is now not just visible, but it's audible. Tyler can hear the crackling of the thunder. And yes, light sprinkling of rain right now, so feels like it could just be a matter of moments before it starts coming down here again. But Wasatch is leading 4-2 into the bottom of the third here against Pine View. Remind me to count it an official game, 4 innings. Is that what you need?
That's what they stopped the last one at, so it must be 4 innings. I thought it was 5, but it must be 4. Wasatch able to score all 4 of their runs with 2 outs, being able to produce with 2 outs. Milne's going to lead off the bottom of the third inning. He doubled to the right center field gap on the first pitch of the inning. Let's see if they decide to go with the fastball here again to Milne. Nope, they're going to go off speed, and he's landing that off-speed pitch nicely. It's in there for strike 1. Tyler, first impressions of Walker here on the mound.
Well, you always like a guy that can throw strikes, Tyler. That's what you want, number one. And he looks good, Tyler. He's got good enough velocity to keep hitters off balance. It's not overpowering velocity, but it's good velocity, and he's got a great breaking pitch that he's mixing in there right now. He's a guy that's going to get a lot of outs for Wasatch this year.
1-1 the count. Now goes inside with the fastball. Also a ball. Moves count to 2-1.
On the game, he's only got 27 pitches, Tyler. And out of those 27, 19 have gone for strikes.
Nice curveball in there once again for a strike. Milne's upset at himself on that one. I think he knew that one was coming, and he could have made an offer at it. 2-2 the count. Deuces. Milne steps right back into the box. 2-2 the count. Walker delivers. Fastball by him for strike 3. Walker has settled down nicely, and he's gotten 4 straight Ks. He struck out the side on the last one, and that's another one. Yeah, that's against a good hitter.
That's what I was going to say, is that might be the most telling thing that happens tonight with Walker on the mound to tell you who he is and the type of player he is Milne blitzed him in the first inning, and Walker knew how to handle it. Coming back up, he gave him a different look, got him off balance, and he put the fastball that Milne put off the wall. he put that by him to strike him out. That was a great sequence there from Walker.
4-2, it's going to bring up the number 2 hitter, which is Duarte. He lined out to the first baseman on a rocket to the first baseman. He'll take ball 1, an off-speed pitch that was low in the dirt. Back at it here, goes with the fastball up in the zone. 2-0 now the count. The 2-0 goes back to that curveball, too far outside, and it's now 3-0. A little bit of a reset here now from Walker. Duarte, as we mentioned, didn't get a lot of varsity experience last year. He's the designated hitter today for the Panthers, who are dealing with injuries early on in this season. 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1, moves count to 3-1. Your outfield today, Crew Erickson, Tragun Shaw, and Zach Burdett getting his first start of the season, junior out in right field. 3-1 pitch is elevated that way, but it is going to go foul. Gives an opportunity to look up and see the rain coming down.
You can see it a little better in the lights, can't you, Tyler, when you look up that way? Kind of a cool look, actually, with the rain coming down just softly under the lights here at Pine View High School.
After falling behind 3-0, Walker comes back with back-to-back strikes. The payoff pitch in the full count. Curveball, call strike 3, another backwards K. And Wasatch now with 5 straight Ks in the hand of Max Walker.
Ty, the pitching has been a little Jekyll and Hyde this weekend. When it's good, it's been really good. First game, the pitching struck out 11 out of the 15 outs, and they were really, really good. Second game, it was a little hot or cold, right? The pitching was good for moments, and then they'd walk a heavy amount. Third game, same type of thing, although weather, I felt like, played a big role in that as well, Tyler. But now all of a sudden you're seeing Walker come back after the first inning getting kind of blitzed early on. Now he is on, and he's punching out a lot of hitters.
Ground ball, Cole Zimmerman's going to smother it up, tosses it to Walker, and Wasatch has a 1-2-3 inning. That 1-2-3 inning brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop, and your strikeouts brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It is 4-2. Coming up for the Wasps will be Hafen, Burdett, and Crew Erickson in the top half of the 4th.
UGB Barbecue in Beaver Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger licking ribs, poppin' and doing sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked fried rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome. Great service for dining or takeout, great quality food, and great value for your money. That's UGB in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone answer the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limited. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want? Call Tom Stone at Gilman Agent Heber City. Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Good mortgage companies and equal housing lender. MLS 7270 for all loans are subject to Congress approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5.
Top of the 4th action brought to you. Got to get my notes out here, Tyler.
I got you, Ty. Country Gardens and Nursery, the only one-stop shop for everything gardening and yard-related in Heber Valley. Stop on in for their indoor plant and shop sale going on, coming up here this month. Tyler, tough to think about that with all the snow around Heber Valley, but it's not too far around the corner to start thinking about when you want to get things going landscaping-wise. Perhaps planting some new plants, moving some stuff around with your yard, your grass. They've got mulch, all kinds of different trees, plants, and shrubbery. Good place to go stop and check out.
Hafen will lead it off for the Wasps, followed by Burdett, and in the top of the order, Hafen struck out in his first at bat. Burdett struck out looking in his. That was against Schroeder. New pitcher on the mound for the Panthers is Archibald. He got the last out of the last inning. Wasatch leads 4-2 on the Doria Steno scoreboard as we begin the top of the 4th. And Hafen's going to get a hold of this one right off the bat, but it's into that jet stream wind, and it will be to the left fielder. He'll secure it. First pitch, good barrel though there from Hafen, and we have one away.
Yeah, Tyler like Hafen at the plate. Younger player here for Wasatch, only a sophomore, but he seems to see the ball well. and he's not afraid to be aggressive and get after it early. As he continues to grow, get in the weight room, he'll get a little more pop on that bat as well, and he could really be a force here by the time his high school career is over.
He's going to bring up Zach Burdett, who's going to take ball one high, playing right field today for the Wasps. Struck out looking in his first at bat. It's kind of a missed rain. We've had some big raindrops. We've had some downpours. This one kind of just like an annoying mist is what we've got going on right now.
It's not enough that it's going to call the game at all here, Tyler, on account of the rain. They would play the whole way through in this kind of weather.
0-2 count after back-to-back strikes. Takes one up in the zone for ball one. 1-2 now the count. Crew Erickson on deck for the Wasps.
Crew's had a great tournament.
Swung on this one. This one's going to be elevated to the right field side and will tail foul, and we'll reset still with the 1-2 count.
You know, we're in the process of recruiting Crew. You know, when you get him on our show here eventually, the Tie and Tie Crew show is what he wants to call it. It's an entrepreneur, a man full of ideas over here, Tyler. Not just about football and baseball. He's actually pretty good when you put a headset on him, Tyler. He's a fun guy to talk to and interview. And if you haven't had a chance to check that out, you actually can. All those interviews we do with the players, we record and put online. Got a YouTube channel. You can go look up Crafts and Tees from when we were able to catch up with Crew earlier this year.
You had the count full or 2-2, Ty?
That was full, yeah.
Full count. Full count. That was a payoff. It's fouled off down the left field side down towards Coach Jacobson. And we'll reset once again with the full count. Good at bat here from Zag. This is the seventh pitch that he'll see. The high leg kick, the pitch, and it's in there for strike three. Second backwards K of the day for Burdett. Better at bat there from the junior, but two away, and that'll bring us to Crew Erickson.
Yeah, back to the top of the lineup here. Chance to brag on some of these guys that have some resume-building things that are worth talking about here. Ty Crew Erickson set some national records this year on the gridiron football team. State record holder now for receptions. Was it 17 or 18 touchdowns that he had this year? He was up there high on those numbers. Either way, enough that he got the attention of a lot of schools, had an offer for a preferred walk-on at the University of Miami, decided for maybe the smarter economical decision, and he's going to take a full-ride scholarship down to SUU, where he'll be playing football next season.
1-1 to count as he fakes like a drag bunt, ends up taking the pitch, but it does get the outside corner. So 1-1 now the count. Archibald comes set. Delivers the 1-1. Fastball swung on, elevated to right field. This one tailing towards that line. Pushes the right fielder back, but now the back right fielder coming up. Misjudged it, but comes up and does make the snow cone catch. A 1-2-3 inning for the Wasps. No runs on, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go into the bottom of the fourth. Wasatch leading 4-2.
Hi, this is Nicole with Mountain Refined Furnishings and Flooring, and if you didn't know, we've recently partnered with Mattress Warehouse of Utah to bring you the largest selection of mattresses around. The team at Mountain Refined prides themselves on making your home a place where you love to be. We offer a large selection of furnishings, flooring, window treatments, gifts, decor, and so much more. If you haven't been by lately, stop and check it out. You'll be pleasantly surprised. We're located at 480 North Main Street.
Heber City Point Test is locally owned and operated by Larry Rhodes and Brad Hyatt. They offer the best brand tires at low prices with extensive knowledge and experience of repair and services with no pressure sales. Only what you need. They've been taking care of cars, trucks, and trailers for over 20 years. No appointment needed. Conveniently located. Free shuttle service and free Wi-Fi. Take $5 off your next visit when you tell them 94.5 The Peak sent you over. That's Heber City Point Test. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the fourth brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Walker's still on the mound, Ty, and he's been good.
Only 37 pitches at this point, Ty. He's been excellent.
Yeah, gave up 3 hits out of the first 4 batters, but then settled down, and since then has only given up 1 hit and has struck out 5 of the last 6 batters he's faced.
Yeah, he's been just what the doctor ordered, Tyler. The pitching has had a little bit of a tough time over the last couple games. And again, in large part because of stop and start delays with the weather. But he's come in and he's stabilized Wasatch when they needed their starter to go at least 4 for him here in this one. Looks like he's primed to go well beyond that, averaging just over 12 pitches per inning.
It's going to be the pitcher Schroeder. He singled the center field in his last at bat, a nice single up the middle. He's going to take an off-speed pitch for ball 1. Walker working out of the windup, delivers the 1-0. That one's a fastball inside corner, doesn't get the inside corner. Count moves to 2-0. Time is called. Walker likes to work fast, Ty. It's something you like as a pitching coach. Batter steps out of the box to slow him down a little bit. 2-0 pitch is going to be jammed to Chett Wilson. Wilson picks it up, throws it across the diamond. Cole Zimmerman keeps the foot on the bag. One away here for the Wasps in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Tyler. We've got a nice little seat right here by Wasatch's dugout. And something I'm enjoying watching is Coach Watkins go work over here. He's got the handheld walkie-talkie calling in the pitches, and that one executed again to perfection. He had outside corner fastball on that, recognizing that Schroeder wanted to pull it, and exactly what you want. Max locates, hits the outside corner. Schroeder tries to pull it, rolls over, and a nice soft ground ball to third base is an easy put out.
Nice fastball there for strike 1. The hitter is Christensen, playing center field, lined out to left field on a double play ball by Crew Erickson, one of our good spot A nominees. Nice off-speed pitch there, swing and a miss. And there's now a 2-strike count here on Christensen. Working quickly, Christensen taking his time to get in the box. 0-2 count, Walker gets the pitch, digs a little bit in the glove, delivers the 0-2. And goes inside, likes the spot. That's Bernie liked the spot too. Doesn't get it, so 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, that one floating belt high. Must have been inside, Tyler. Difference in the game right now, there was an error by the second baseman of Pine View with 2 outs when Carter Bucad had a runner on second and third. Bucad hit it in that direction. The error allowed 2 runs to score. Right now, that is the difference in the ball game. Wasatch leading 4-2.
1-2 goes with the curveball. Nice piece of hitting here. Tragun Shaw coming up, makes the diving grab in center field. Nice play there from Tragun Shaw, and Wasatch has 2 away.
Hey, that's why they want him at the next level, Tyler. He gets great reads in the outfield, competitive. He's not afraid to go put his body on the line. Showing their athleticism there. Great play from Tragun. That's the hardest defensive play in baseball, in my opinion, Tyler. The line drive right at a center fielder, because it's hard to judge the depth perception knowing how far you need to come in and get it. And if you dive for that ball and you miss, it's an inside the park home run. A lot of quick decisions that have to be made there from the center fielder. And Tragun making it look easy.
It's going to bring up Stuckey, who I believe is playing third base now. Started at shortstop and is now playing third base.
We'll have to watch, Ty, because they actually did not have him at third base. This is I think this is a new hitter, actually, number 17. Maybe I have that written down wrong. I think Stuckey's 18, and I thought they had subbed him out.
2-0 count after a low ball that killed some worms and then goes inside with a fastball that misses. So 2-0 now the count with 2 outs. Pitch goes off speed again, and this one's too low again. So 3-0 now the count. Couple of nice plays in the inning. Chett with the 5-3 put out to lead off the inning, and then Tragun Shaw with a diving catch in center field. The 3-0 pitch comes back inside with a fastball that gets the corner for strike 1. 3-1 now the count. Goes back into that same spot and gets the strike again. That's going to fill up the count at 3-2 with 2 outs. Guy gets the dugout woken up here to the right of us. Wasatch looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Walker into the windup. The payoff. Inside corner. Freezes up again. Another strikeout looking for Max Walker. And Wasatch is rolling 4-2. No runs on no hits, no errors. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for the junior. And Wasatch takes the lead into the top of the 5th.
You've
UCCU was offering savings certificates with an incredibly high APY of up to 4% and a variety of term options to match your specific needs. This is an incredible opportunity for people who want to build their savings. With a UCCU savings certificate, you simply make one deposit and then let your money grow and grow and grow with a fixed rate of return that's much higher than a standard savings account. Visit uccu.com to learn more or get a savings certificate today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Your local Napa Auto Parts, Wasatch Auto Parts at 105 North Main Street in Heber City. Stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farming equipment. Stop in today at Wasatch Auto Parts, 105 North Main Street in Heber City, a proud sponsor of Wasatch Wasps Sports.
Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Beat.
Top of the fifth inning, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Tom Stone and Guild Mortgage and his team will help you find the perfect mortgage that fits your situation. It will be painless and easy. That's Tom Stone and Guild Mortgage. Ty, and he's pushing hard for a new broadcast this year. We're going to take a look at possibly doing some lacrosse games on the radio coming up this year. That's not a for sure deal yet, but something that the radio station is, of course, exploring. See if we can do that, and in large part, Tom is helping with that process as well. So he's a man of many talents, really loves to support his community in any way that he can, and definitely a trustworthy business expert that you can go in and get some help from when it comes to mortgage advice and expertise.
It'll be Tragun Wilson to lead off the top half of the fifth for the Wasps. Tragun 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's up the middle to the backhand side of the second baseman. Fields it, throws it to first. In time as one away for the Wasps.
Tragun got down the line quick. Made that one close. Tyler, second baseman again, sitting back just casually on that ball. Tragun nearly beat it out, got him by just about a half a step, if that.
We'll bring up Gutierrez, who's 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single to left field. A really nice piece of hitting on that single last at bat. He's going to take strike one. Currently hitting .500 on the year, is the number 3 hitter for Wasatch. 0-1 the count. Archibald sets, delivers, and a swing and a miss on the curveball. Gutierrez doesn't swing and miss often. Got a little bit fooled by that curveball. Moves count to 0-2. The 0-2 pitch with one out here in the top of the fifth. Too high and outside. Moves count to 1-2. Softball, a tough trip down to St. George this time around. Ty did not win a game, 0-5. Played some good teams, Manti, Mountain Crest, Desert Hills, Crimson Hills, and trying to remember who the last one was, Westlake. So a couple of 6A schools and then some Southern schools. Tough outing for the lady softball team. 2-2 the count here to Alex Gutierrez. The pitch. And that one's too far inside as well. And once again, Alex is going to see 6 pitches into the bat.
Well, so often it turns into 7, meaning he's fouling pitches off with 2 strikes.
And he's going to get this one. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Fields it, throws it across the diamond. Nice smooth play there from Schroeder. And there's 2 away for the Wasps.
Yeah, really smooth. You can see why it was no question. They immediately moved him to shortstop after he was off the mound. He was the starting pitcher. Good player there.
Bring up Chett Wilson, who's 1 for 2 with a single up the middle, and he ended up scoring. He's 7 for 12 on the year. Struck out in his second at bat against Archibald. No, I apologize. That was against Schroeder. This is his first at bat against Archibald in the ballgame. First pitch of the at bat is killing some worms down in the dirt. Gets the catcher in the forearm, I believe. He's gotten beat up a little bit back there. You've mentioned it, Ty. You've been impressed with his play, though.
Yeah, I like his ability, Tyler. He doesn't look like your prototypical catcher, a little smaller, more speed. But he does a good job receiving the ball. He uses that speed to his advantage back there after he blocks. He quickly is able to pounce on the ball.
That off-speed pitch in there for strike one. So 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Cole Zimmerman on the index circle. Cole with the single as well. Both of these guys went back-to-back singles in the first, leading to a couple of runs for the Wasps. The 1-1 off speed in the dirt again, moves count to 2-1. Pine View shifted a little bit to the right-hand side of the field. The pitch, nice fastball on the outside part of the plate, moves count to 2-2. Deuces with 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th. Still misting a little bit, but not too much. Actually cleared up a little bit. And the 2-2. Swung on, elevated to deep left center field. This ball's going back, left fielder going back, and oh, what a catch on the warning track. Great play from the Pine View left fielder, and Wasatch goes down in order. 1, 2, 3, no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody is left on base. Still 4-2 the score as we go into the bottom half. Oh no, let's keep it here for the 5th.
I was going to say, Tyler, I know it's been a weird weekend, and we haven't made it to this point very often, but yeah, we're going to keep it here for the 5th inning stretch. And usually do a quick recap, and this is only the second time all weekend we've made it to the 5th inning. We had a rain out basically that ended us in the bottom of the 4th, and we had a 10-runner in the 5th against Hunter. Park City is the only other one we made at this point, but yeah, let's go over our 5th inning stretch game recap. This recap brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. And this one's been a fun one, Tyler. Wasatch got things going as they have every game this year by scoring in the top half of the 1st inning. And that's no exaggeration. They've been a visitor in all 4 games that they've played down here, and they've scored in the 1st inning every single time they've been down here. They jumped in front in this one, 2-0 over Pine View. Pine View quickly erased that deficit in the bottom of the 1st inning. As you pointed out, 3 out of the first 4 hitters got hits on base, and early hits on the first pitch usually were those hits. So Pine View quickly erased that 2-0 deficit, but Max Walker was able to work out of a jam and end the inning tied 2-2. In the second, both pitchers got down to work, didn't give up any runs. Top of the 3rd, though, Wasatch took advantage of an error from Pine View and put 2 more runs on the board. That was a Caribou Cod hit towards the second baseman that he bobbled, and 2 runs were able to come in and score in the top of the 3rd inning. And that is it. To that point, Pine View has been shut down in the bottom of the 3rd and the bottom of the 4th by Max Walker, who has looked very, very good in this game, Tyler. Wasatch has gone 2 straight innings without scoring as well in the 4th and the 5th. But that is your recap. Walker, to give you a little sense, he's the one I want to highlight for a moment, Tyler. 50 pitches in this game through 4 innings. 32 of those have been strikes. He gave up 4 hits, but 3 of those 4 hits were in the first 3 hitters of the ball game. Since that time, he has locked in and shut down Pine View, striking out 6 batters to this point in the ball game.
Archibald will lead it off for the Panthers, and he'll take strike 1 again on the inside part of the plate. 5th inning action brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, your rehabilitation specialist dedicated to your total recovery from all injuries. Where Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. That one's just off the outside part of the plate. Been impressed, Ty, with the way he's been able to go inside and outside. And a pitcher in high school that's willing to go on the inside part of the plate is very effective. 1-1 to count. That one too low. Archibald thinks about it for a second, and now he'll reset at 2-1.
Yeah, Max is he's going to be a guy consistently throwing for Wasatch, this year. You can see it, Ty, in his ability, but he's also the reason why you look at the other pitchers of Wasatch and think this can be a really successful team, because you don't have to have overpowering velocity to be dominant in high school pitching. You need to have enough, and Walker's up there in the 80-mile-per-hour plus club. And when you've got that and you can mix it inside, outside, mix up speeds, you can keep the hitters off balance and be very, very successful.
Full count as he misses just low. Pretty good pitch there. And we'll reset with the full count pitch. The 3-2 fastball. It's going to be right up the middle. Walker's able to get it, and he's just going to tag Archibald. Now he's just going to go walk and touch the bag. So a little bit of a dance routine there on the first base side. And Walker has the first out of the inning. That's just a one put out, Ty, right? Is that just what you did? Just drag the one over there?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You just, on the Game Changer app, you just pull the pitcher glove over there to first base, and a one put out. That's a rarity. Had a couple of them, though. Cole Erickson had one in the Park City game on a bunt that he scooped up and then just outran the base runner to first base.
Ball one here to a new hitter for Pine View. Didn't start off the game at this spot. Now he's hitting here. Struck out looking in his first at bat. Too far outside, moves the count to 2-0. We're going to see who Wasatch decides to go with here to close this one out. If Walker can't go the distance, it's tough to go the distance early on. He's had a good pitch count up to this point. 2-0, and that one's going to be swung on out of the catcher's glove almost. Moves the count to 2-1. What's his pitch count at now, Ty?
He's pushing 60. That puts him at 59.
Still a good number.
Yeah, he's on pace,
85, right, for the first outing.
He's averaging between 12 to 15 pitches per inning. And so if he can get out of this one here fairly quickly, he can find a way to get this one done. Might be around 90 pitches if he stays on the pace where he's at.
Heads up, that one goes right at the dugout of Pine View. This is a big inning if you can get 1, 2, 3. You got 7, you already got out, 8 up right now, and then 9 up following him. You get out of this one quick. Wasatch looking in good shape. The 2-2. Swung on, thinks about swinging, but it's a little bit too high, and that'll fill up the count at full.
That started the hands, Tyler, but didn't bring the barrel through. 3-2-1 on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
The pitch swung on, that was up in the zone. Probably would have been ball 4, but it's fouled off, and we'll reset it at count of 4.
Yeah, an off-speed pitch up in the zone, Tyler. Got away with that one there. Chase here at the plate. Not afraid to chase those high ones. Looks like that's kind of his kryptonite. Make it after it. Have to assume this is one of these replacement players after 5 injuries from Pine View in the first 2 games.
The payoff. And it's going to go off his backside and a hit by pitch. This is the first base runner since back in the second inning for Walker.
Second baseman, number 22.
Now Walker up to 63 pitches. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Wasatch leading 4-2, so the tying run coming to the plate.
It
number 9 hitter.
Yeah, the number 9 hitter, right fielder Gardine, struck out swinging in his last at bat. First time Walker's had to work out of the stretch, like I said, since the second inning. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings in the 3rd and the 4th. Walker will come set. Bunt. He's going to lay down the bunt. Good communication. Gurney will pick it up, throw it to first base, and they'll have the runner out. So 2 outs with the runner on second. Pretty good move there, in my opinion, by the coach of Pine View. Your number 9 hitter up. Number 9 hitter does his job. Now it gives Milne, who's already got a double off of Walker, an opportunity to get an RBI with the runner on second.
That's a good play from Ashton. He bounced up there from behind the dish, called off Walker, swung his hips around and got the angle. You teach those catchers, especially when it's wet like this, you got to get your hand on top of the ball and kind of push it into the ground before you pick it up. Ashton did all of that and then squared his shoulders and delivered a good, strong throw to first base down there to Cole Zimmerman.
It's going to bring up Milne, as mentioned, double to the right center field gap in his first at-bat. Struck out in his second, though. He's going to swing at a curveball in the dirt, and this one's going to get the left center field gap. 1 run will come in. Milne's going to round first, think about going to second. Cole Erickson does a good job of getting it into the infield and keep him on first base. But the execution pays off there from the coach of Pine View, laying the bunt down with 2 outs and a 2-out single, and it's now 4-3.
It was a good job from Krug, though. That ball was heading for the gap. Krug got over there on the wet grass, cut it off, and got the throw in to Gutierrez. And for the moment, at least, you're holding Milne over there on first base.
Milne with good speed, but they are going to speed up for him, Ty. Interesting decision here.
Yeah, that surprised me a little bit. They're going to speed up here for him, Tyler. You're right, because he does have wheels.
I think a couple of things. You got a good speed-up guy that has wheels, or you're a little worried about weather, Ty, and you want to make sure you get as many innings as you can in, trailing by 1.
Emergency runner, number 12, Lucas Garrett.
Bring up Duarte. He lined out to the first baseman in his first at-bat and struck out looking in his second at-bat. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Pine View scores their first run since the bottom of the first inning. This one's bounced, and it's going to get by Gurney. Goes to the backstop, and so another duck on the pond. Walker showing a little bit of fatigue these last couple of hitters. Sometimes that's all you need, is just to get one guy on and get him out of his rhythm. Only one freebie in the game so far for Wasatch. Walker will come set, takes a look at the runner at second base. It's a long look, now delivers, and this one's low again. Gurney able to smother that one this time, but it's a 2-0 count.
It's been a pretty clean game. Speaking of freebies, Tyler, Pine View's only walked one Wasatch player. Wasatch in return, 0 walks, 1 hit by pitch. So each team, the pitcher's been good at being around the zone and making the teams be active at the plate.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Good pitch there with 2 balls and no strikes from Walker. And he gets Duarte swinging. 2-1 the count. Big deep breath from Duarte as he gets back into the box on the right-hand side. Walker working out of the stretch with the runner on second. Not a big lead for the runner on second. 2 looks from Walker. Delivers. Goes back to the fastball. Swing and a miss. Ties up the count at 2-2 with 2 outs.
Big pitch here, 4-3 to score. Tying run on second base for Pine View. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs. Walker wins the battle.
Walker gets the signal. Both dugouts into it. The 2-2, the pitch. Too low, and that'll bring the count to full.
Tried to reach back and put a little something extra on that one, Tyler. That one had a little more velocity, it looked like.
Walker takes a peek back. Second baseman. And now we're ready to go again. And nope, we got a pause in the game as the umpire asking for, I believe, somebody to go in the dugout maybe. You got a good flow to the game.
Yeah,
pause it now.
Why would you do that at that point in time if you're the umpire? Teams are energized. Full count, 2 outs.
Full count, 2 outs. Duarte back into the box on the right-hand side. Gurney gives the sign. Walker sets, takes a look at second base. Delivers the payoff. And are they going to call a balk? Oh, I think they rewarded a timeout to the hitter, and it's too bad because that pitch was nasty, and I think he would have gotten Duarte on that one.
It was a breaking pitch on the outer half, Ty, so see how they want to handle it and come back. That's the other thing about awarding that timeout late there.
That was a quick timeout call, as Walker did not take a lot of time. So we'll reset. Runner on second. Tying run is at second base. Bottom of the 5th. 4-3 to score. Full count for Duarte, the number 2 hitter for Pine View. Walker's been good for the Wasps. Gets the sign. Sets. Long look at second. Delivers. Gets him looking on the off-speed pitch. What a pitch from Max Walker. And Wasatch keeps the lead 4-3 as we go into the top half of the 6th. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base.
Dan Sluga at Wasatch Bag Flooring is extending his services to include quality paint products to complete your home remodeling needs. Locally owned and operated, Dan and his team can help you find the right flooring for your home with quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Target, Godfrey, Hurst, and many more. Since 2009, they've been exceeding their customers' needs by helping them select flooring that fits both their lifestyle and budget. They've got you covered at Wasatch Bag Flooring and Paints.
Hi, my name is Jeff Jones with the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. I'm assigned to the Investigations Unit as a school resource officer and detective. Having a strong bond makes it easier to talk to your kids about the hard things like underage drinking and drug use. Here's some tips for creating strong family bonds. Having fun together, spend 15 minutes of one-on-one time each day, eat meals together 5 to 7 times a week. Brought to you by the County Community Coalition and Wasatch Behavioral Health.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5.
Top of the 6th, we've got a good one here to finish up week 1 of the Wasatch High School baseball season. Sixth inning action brought to you by Gucci Goo Barbecue. From the words of their customers, barbecue is super good. The nachos and sundae are amazing, and we definitely ate more than we should have. We'll definitely be back here again.
New location there on Main Street in Heber, Tyler.
And awesome. We've been in there a couple of times, and it's new location, same great taste.
We would love some Gucci Sunday right now, Tyler.
I'm needing some food. Like it's you get towards the end of the game, we've got Tony's Tacos, we got Gucci Goo Barbecue,
Dairy King. Those are some good food sponsors. We've been parked here for about 8 hours in the rain. No food here with us, and that Gucci Sunday sounds especially appetizing.
Archibald's been good, Ty, since he came in the top of the third inning. He has retired 7 straight batters for Wasatch. Cole Zimmerman now up. He struck out in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss there. On the second pitch of the at-bat, moves the count to 1-1.
Yeah, Archibald's been able to do what a lot of pitchers have not ever had success doing, and that's baffle both Chett Wilson and Cole Zimmerman. Ty, 2 of the hardest guys to strike out really throughout the state of Utah.
I wonder if it's a little bit of a light situation, Ty. 1-2 count here to Cole. The pitch, he's going to bounce in there for about 2.
Yeah, I have the same thought. With Crew, too. Crew has a hard time seeing it here today, and if the lights are maybe giving a little bit of a problem.
We've played numerous games against Pine View in this late game, and it's low-scoring affairs, right, between both teams. I think that's a little bit of the effect. 2-2, swung on. It's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop's going to gobble it up, throws it over to first base in time by about a step, 1 away, and that's now 8 straight retired here by Archibald. Last guy to get on base was Carter Bucad. He had 2 RBI at bat where the second baseman booted a ground ball. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He did have a single and another RBI on that one, so he's got 3 of the 4 RBIs in this one. Good outing here from Carter Bucad. Came in hitting 2 of 9. He's now 3 of 10 on the season. And 3 RBIs already in this ball game today. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Gurney on deck. Zach Burdett in the hole. Carter sets. Archibald working out of the stretch, even with nobody on base. That one's low and inside for ball 3.
I like that, Tyler, from my relievers personally as a pitching coach, just from the stretch all the time. If you're a reliever and you know that's where you're going to be, it's good to get used to pitching out of the stretch. Minimizes your motion.
Bucad will walk on 4 straight pitches, and just like we saw, just getting a pitcher out of their momentum may make a difference. See if Wasatch can capitalize. Hafen in the hole for Wasatch. Bucad, decent speed over at first base. We'll see if Coach Jacobson puts him in motion. Wasatch has had success on the base pass. Strike in there for strike 1. So after 4 straight balls, Archibald able to come back for a strike.
I'm trying to offer my headset over here to Crew right now, Tyler, because he just shouted out the Ty and Ty Crew. He knows. We got a spot waiting for him over here when his playing days are done.
0-1 count, pickoff move, not in time. Bucad able to get back easily.
It's something we'd like to try to do with these guys is give our listeners a chance to hear from these players and talk a little bit with them, put them on the radio. Some really good people here on this baseball team as well, Tyler. They're not just great baseball players out here, but good young men, and it's good to have a chance to get to know them.
Gurney pulls back, slash. It's in the dirt, and Bucad's going to take second base. 1-1. And Wasatch has a duck on the pond. Good execution there on the fake bunt steal. Stolen Base is brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. The 1-1 swung on, just missed. Good swing there from Gurney. Pulled the head a little bit, but that was a good swing right on it. Just missed. 1-2 now the count. A couple of chances here for Wasatch to extend their lead. Currently leading 4-3 after the 1 run in that bottom of the 5th. Archibald takes the look. Bucad, a good secondary. That ball's down in the dirt again. Bucad doesn't get the momentum. Another good smother there from Milne, the catcher, and then we tie up the count at 2-2. Archibald comes set.
Wasatch can try to produce with the bottom of the lineup here, Tyler.
Swung on, it's elevated to left field. Should be a can of corn catch here for the left fielder. Does get the can of corn catch, and we have 2 away with the sophomore Colgan Hafen coming up to the plate. Great that pitch there from Archibald. The 2-2 off-speed pitch got Gurney out in front of it. Allowed him to pop it up to the left fielder.
If you want to win at a high clip, high level, make state tournament runs, Tyler, you have to produce at the bottom of the lineup. It was really a strength of this team last year is they just could come at you 1 through 9 all the time. And it took some hunting early on in the year. They had a lot of guys that got a lot of opportunities, and you see who rises up to the top. And you're seeing a similar hunt right now from Coach Jacobson of which of these guys that are getting their opportunities at the bottom are going to produce, which ones will get more opportunities because they are producing.
Hafen's going to take one off the left elbow, and that's going to put runners on first and second and bring up the number 9 hitter, Zach Burdett. He's had a rough day with a couple of Ks, which means he's due, Ty, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Ty. I want to go back to Hafen for a minute. I've enjoyed watching him this weekend, Tyler. Watching him receiving that first game against Hunter, he reminded me of a former Wasatch catcher with Trent Sweat, the way he received it and just kind of the way his mannerisms were. He liked to get low. He would stick out that one leg like Trent used to like to do. But that just made me flash back to Trent as well.
And there's a base knock over the second baseman's head. Carter McCaw's got to hurry. Right fielder's not even going to make an attempt at home. And the run comes in. 5-3 the score. Zach Burdett with the RBI single in the top half of the 6th.
Nice job from Zach, Tyler, coming through. You talked about it. You called it. 2 backwards Ks before that, and you said he's due. Zach, a really competitive guy, gets in the box and gets right on the first one. Line drive right over the second baseman's head.
And then Coach Jacobson aggressively sends home Bacard, and the right fielder didn't even think he was going to have an attempt at home play. Through to second. Good execution there from the Wasps. He's going to bring up the top of the order, Crew Erickson. He's going to take ball 1 outside. Sorry to cut you off on your thoughts.
No, I was going to say, Trent got hit more than any baseball player I can ever remember at Wasatch. He just got hit so much by pitchers. And so watching Hafen as well get hit, as a catcher who looked like him, it looked like Trent Sweat out there. Speaking of Hafen, he's going to come out.
Yeah, they're going to pinch run Jacob Bradshaw, get a little bit more speed there at second base with Crew Erickson at the plate. That ball's down, and Bradshaw, get back to the bag, Jake. And I don't think he's going to get back in time. So the pinch run does not work. Bradshaw gets picked off at second base. Ball in the dirt, and Bradshaw throws, and Pine View gets out of the inning. But Wasatch is able to score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, but they do leave 2 on base. It's 6-4 as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today and get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heater Valley for over 50 years.
Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 Speed.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Wasatch leading 5-3 over Pine View High School. 6th inning action brought to you by Physical at the Fifth Stop, your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving you from head to toe, including vertigo to sports injuries, serving the Heber Valley for over 40 years.
Top of the order will be up for the Wasps in the top of the 7th. Wasatch trying to hold on to a 5-3 lead after scoring 1 run once again with 2 outs. All of Wasatch's runs coming with 2 outs. That one coming at the hands of Zach Burdett. And again, you talk about the resiliency, Ty Burdett, 0 for 2 with 2 backwards Ks. And what a great approach, Ty. Went up swinging at the first pitch, didn't want to get deep into the count again, and he gets a nice single over the second baseman.
Well, yeah, it's a good approach because you know you got runners on base, 9-hitter. With the top of the lineup coming up, what's the pitcher going to do? He's going to come after you. He's going to try to throw you a fastball and get ahead of you early. Zach was locked and loaded, ready to go, Tyler, and he got the big hit. and gives Wasatch just the slimmest of breathing room here against Pine View.
Big inning here, 3-4-5 up for the Pine View Panthers. Shakespeare already with a double to the right center field gap, grounded out to Cole Zimmerman in his last at bat. 1 for 2 on the game today. The first pitch of the inning, too far outside, ball one.
Three-hitter up here for Pine View, kind of in the meat of their lineup.
He's going to swing and elevate this one deep to left field. Crew Erickson going back. Oh, he slips on the warning track. I think he would have had a chance to make the grab. Instead, he slips, and Shakespeare's going to be in for a leadoff double for the Panthers.
You're right, Tyler. I think Crew had that one tracked down. He looked like he was on that and tried to plant a circle around and start working his way back to the baseball, and his feet just went out from under him.
Another good swing, though, from Shakespeare. He's been on the barrel all 3 times. He's now 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles. He's going to bring up shortstop Schroeder. Started the game on the mound. Had a single, was up the middle in his first at-bat and grounded out to Chett Wilson in his last at-bat. Walker delivers. Curveball, gets it in there for strike one.
How about going back to Zach Burdett, though, Tyler, producing at the bottom of the lineup? It's something I'm a big believer in. And in games like this, tight games against good teams, bottom of the lineup can put you either on the right side or the wrong side of the final score. I see these guys coming through for Wasatch.
Curveball's low, 1-1 now the count. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. 3 looks from Walker, delivers. That one's in the dirt. It gets away from Gurney again, and that ball is going to advance the runner to third base. 2-1 the count. Runner on third. Tying run at the plate for Pine View. The score 5-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. It's been a good one to end the tournament. Wasatch looking to get back to 500. At 2-2, 1-2 currently on the season. The 2-1 fastball, too far outside, moves the count to 3-1.
Walker now at 77 pitches. You get 110 if they want to ride it all the way to that point.
Creeping his way up there, does land the off-speed pitch on the outside corner to fill up the count at 3-2. Walker's battled most of the game. He's been good for Wasatch here in game 4 of this tournament. Walker sets. The payoff. Does he get him to go? Check it. Does he go? Did he get him to go? No, he didn't. And that's the first base on balls in the ball game for Max Walker. He had 1 hit by pitch, but that's going to now put runners on the corners, and the tying run is on first base. And that's going to bring a trip to the mound from Coach Watkins. Trips to the mound brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, best donuts in Utah.
Yeah, Ty, I think the officials got that one right. You know, we're right here on the angle of that check swing. And it didn't look like he broke the wrist and went all the way through on that one. Would love to get it. But I think Schroeder was able to hold up. It's a fun game here, 5-3. It does feel like this is kind of what it comes down to. Wasatch and Pine View consistently, you feel like you're within a couple runs between these two teams. And, man, there's been some good pitching from Wasatch when they line up against Pine View. So your last 2 pitchers that got wins over Wasatch, Jackson Bolander a couple years ago against Pine View. That was 2021. And then Aiden McGoffin pitched an absolute gem, I think, in 2019, Tyler, is when McGoffin got that win down here as well.
Right.
And both those guys threw really, really well. Max Walker trying to put his name on that list of guys that came here on Pine View's home field and just shut him down.
Well, to go through what he's at, Tyler, right now, 5 innings pitched. He's given up just 3 runs, 5 hits. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ks and only 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. He's been good today, Ty. He's pitched good enough for Wasatch to get the victory here. Let's see how we can close it out. Runners on the corners. We're ready to get back after it. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th. Wasatch leads by 2 on the Doria's Dental scoreboard. Pine View's going to square here. It's Christensen of center fielder. I think that's a good job of stepping off and see what Wasatch wants to do here on the bunt defense.
Yeah, good job from Ashton back there too, Tyler. I could hear him through the headset over here yelling, step off, trying to help Max realize that he needs to step off instead of bunt defense here. Good leadership from the catcher.
Christensen's been on the barrel. Runner's going to go. Ashton's going to try to throw him out. He will throw him out. What a throw there from Gurney. So Wasatch decides to play the odds. Gets the bases cleared. One run will come in, but a great throw there from Gurney. And we got one out and the bases are cleared.
I like everything about that, Tyler. That was a laser there from Ashton there. I also like the defensive call from Coach Jacobson. You got a 2-run lead, and you're here with your 5-hitter coming up for Pine View. And so you want to minimize, right? If you can clear the bases, give them one run out of those 2, and now you make it so they either have to get a big fly or get really 3 hits in a row, 3 singles, or a couple extra base hits in order to get a run to tie this one up. The numbers, as you pointed out, are in their favor.
0-2 count as he lands the curveball on the inside part of the plate. Walker continues to come back after getting in binds, doing a good job again here. 0-2 the count with 1 out, working out of the windup. Way up, likes the call. Windup, the pitch. Tries to go high, humped it up, and did not get the call and didn't get him to chase. 1-2 the count. You also like it, Ty, because like you said, if Wasatch can get 5 and 6 out, now you just have to get 7, 8, 9 out in the bottom half of the 7th. Nice pitch there on the off speed. Count it again. That's now 8 strikeouts for Walker as he sits Christensen down. Your strikeouts brought to you by Wasatch Physical Therapy. Let Dan Ivey and his team get you back to 100%. That'll bring up Stuckey, the shortstop, or excuse me, he's playing third base now. Singled to the second base side on his first at bat and struck out in his second at bat. Fouls off this one, moves the count to 0-1. Wind shifting a little bit, blowing into that left-hand side. And with the wind blowing in as well, Tyler, it's a little bit tougher to get that ball out. That ball that was hit to lead off the inning, I think, is out of this park on another day. It's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Gutierrez comes up, fields it, throws it to first. Wasatch gets out of the inning, and it's 5-4 as we go into the 7th inning. Pine View able to score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors by the Wasps, and nobody left on base. It's 5-4 going into the 7th.
Hi, I'm Stacy McKay, branch manager at Bank of Utah. Everyone here at Bank of Utah believes that we are an extension of our community. Not only do we craft banking solutions to help families and businesses in our area, we boost the community by proudly supporting local organizations like Wasatch High School. Because when our communities thrive, we all thrive. Come see me at our Heber branch and experience community banking at its best. Bank of Utah is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, spring is near, but have no fear. Country Gardens and Nursery is here for your everyday garden supplies, decor, and more. From our personal gardener to our new bulkyard, where we offer large variety of soil, mulches, and decorative rock. Come see what we have in store. Country Gardens and Nursery, 1401 South, US 189. We'll see you soon and hope to put you in bloom.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
It's the top of the 7th inning. Wasatch leading Pine View 5-4 as they come up with the top of the lineup. Erickson, Shaw, and Gutierrez. 7th inning action brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, voted best donuts in Utah. Mirror Lake Station is your stop for gas, groceries, goodies, and more. Stop on by today. Mirror Lake Station located in Camas.
It'll be Crew Erickson, Tragun Shaw, Alex Gutierrez, the top of the lineup up for the Wasps. They've been good in this first tournament of the year. Erickson due 0 for 3 in the game today, 4 for 10 for the weekend. A couple of extra base hits and 2 RBIs for the senior outfielder. Yeah, these Pine View games have turned into classics, Ty. It's just a notch it in the cab that it's going to be a tight ball game.
Yeah, I feel like you'd love to get them in your region, wouldn't you? This over and over and over again every year.
Relocate Wasatch High School down to St. George. I think at this point, most of the community would go for that at this point.
Well, the weather's not been much better down here today, Tyler. It's been cold and rainy. But there is no snow.
DeCrew, the 1-0 pitch, swung on, elevated, and just missed it. It's going to be the shallow left field. It's going to come into the shortstop. Schroeder will make the catch. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. He's going to bring up Tragun Shaw, who's 1 for 2 today, grounded out to the second baseman, singled in his first at bat to the left field side, and he walked. Also has a run in the ball game. 5 for 11 on the season, with 1 triple that he had against Hunter High School. Archibald, kind of an awkward delivery type, but he's been effective for Pine View since coming in. Has only given up, I believe, one single since coming into the ball game. Only 6 hits for Wasatch, who came in averaging 15 apiece in each game. That's a nice single up the middle again for Tragun Shaw. Tragun continues to swing the bat well. Second single of the day for Tragun on a ball here right up the middle, and that'll bring up Alex Gutierrez.
You're good with your broadcaster genes, Tyler, saying that right on cue, saying he hasn't given up many singles. Boom, next pitch, single. Yeah, it is only 2 hits on the day, though, for Archibald. He's been good, Tyler. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. Does have a base on balls and 1 hit by pitch. But he's been affected by letting his defense play. Only 1 strikeout as well. In relief here, 3.2 innings on the day.
Gutierrez will take strike 1. We'll see if Wasatch gets aggressive here to try to get a runner in scoring position. Archibald comes set, takes a look at Tragun. Not a big lead for Tragun. Good secondary, balls in the dirt. Tragun's going to go, gets away from the catcher. Great dirt ball lead there from Tragun Shaw. And another Gravity Coalition stolen base has Wasatch in scoring position.
That's pretty baseball, Tyler. Tragun read that out of the hand very, very well. Milne, who's been so good behind the dish for Pine View today, blocked it pretty well, but it got outside of that little 5-foot radius.
There's a signal down the third base side. Tragun will come around and score. Wasatch will take the 2-run lead. The throw home not in time, and with the throw home, Alex Gutierrez will advance to second base. Alex Gutierrez with his second single of the day, and another RBI for the senior. Wasatch takes the 6-4 lead.
Mr. Clutch, Alex Gutierrez comes through about the 3rd time this weekend in a big spot like that late in the game. And each time, Tyler, he's serving it through on the left side of the field. The lefty up in the 3-hole, you sometimes think they'll have a tendency to try to pull the ball. Not Alex. He's driving it down the left field line or through the 5-6 hole between the shortstop and third baseman.
Called strike 1 here to Chett Wilson. He's 1 for 3. He had a single up the middle in his first at bat, 0 for 2 in his next 2. He's 7 for 12 on the season. 3 extra base hits, leads the team in that category. Swung on, it's going to be a ground ball. The second baseman will move Gutierrez over to third base. Second baseman bobbles a little bit, but able to regroup and gets Chett out at first base. So now Cole Zimmerman with a chance to get Gutierrez home. 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th. 6-4 the score for the Wasps.
It's a productive out, though, Tyler. Moved the runner over, which keeps the pressure on Pine View here. Can change the way the pitcher will handle this at bat to Cole Zimmerman, having a runner on third base.
Zimmerman as well with a 1-2. He's going to swing on this one to right field, but right at the right fielder. That's been the story of Cole Zimmerman here in the tournament. Another nice barrel, but right at the right fielder. But Wasatch gets 1 run on 2 hits and takes a 2-run lead as we go into the bottom half of the 7th. Stay with us. We'll see if Wasatch can close this one out.
Are you ready for lunch? The Dairy King, home of the trade, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley. And they're the winner of Best of State for 18 years. They've recently been officially named Best of Utah for their milkshakes. And you've just got to try their delicious train burger with Warrior Shake. They also have those county salads that just hit the spot. They've been proudly serving the Heber Valley for 75 years. That's the Dairy King, home of the trade, serving deliciousness daily. So stop in today.
Timberline Ace Hardware is your full-line Benjamin Moore paint store. Visit them for your home projects, business-to-business, and contractor needs. And remember to ask about their delivery services. And they're looking for some cashiers. Apply today and get your Carhartt wear, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans. Timberline Ace Hardware, located west of the Wasatch Wasp Football Stadium at 737 South Main Street, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5.
Bottom of the seventh inning brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in Heber Valley. Personalized service, sales, and repair for the gear you love. Gravity Coalition in Midway, Utah, or visit gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Wasatch leading 6-4 in the bottom of the seventh. Need 3 outs to get the victory against Pine View.
First bottom of the seventh we've seen this season. And he's going to get Archibald swinging at the first pitch. This ball is elevated to the infield, and Max Walker says, I'll take care of it. Gets the out. He calls out the third baseman, Chett Wilson, and he wants this one. He's going to go after it. Interesting choice there from Archibald, going after that first pitch, elevates it, and now Wasatch is down to 2 outs.
Yeah, definitely an interesting dog hunting the bone there, Tyler. Definitely didn't have the priority, but Walker's going to take care of that one. Chet Wilson wisely could see the eye of the tiger in his eye and backed off and let him have it.
Another swing on the first pitch. This one's the shallow outfield. This is a tough play, and Alex Gutierrez makes the over-the-shoulder catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and Wasatch is 1 away from getting back to 500.
I'm a little surprised, Tyler, that these bottom of the lineup hitters, 6, 7, are swinging at the first pitch when you're down 2 heading into the last inning.
New hitter comes up to the plate, Ty, number 6.
That was 7-8, excuse me, wasn't it? Not 6-7, 7-8, swinging at the first pitch.
2 outs, Wasatch down to their last out. And Coach Max Walker a little bit confused, calls Gage Sheesh, who's into the game, a catcher for the Wasps. Hitting from the left-hand side is the pinch hitter. When we got the roster from Pine View, didn't get their full lineup, so apologize for not knowing the name here. Wasatch leads 6-4, down to their last out of the game to get back to 2-2. Walker's throwing a gem. Out of the windup, goes high for ball 1.
Well, give him something to work on, I guess, Tyler. Can't get the 3-pitch inning to end it, so gonna have to work on that, I guess, a little more for Max. He's been great. I'm saying that joking, of course, but you'd love to get a 3-pitch inning to win a 7-inning complete game gem, wouldn't you?
I think Walker's having a little bit of a hard time seeing Gage's fingers here.
Ashton had tape wrapped around all of his fingers, Tyler, when he was out there. I don't know if you noticed that, but putting down the signs under the light, it is a common thing for pitchers to have a hard time to see.
Low and inside, ball 2. So 2-0 the count here to the number 9 hitter. Milne will be the tying run. He's got 2 hits against Walker in the game today. He is on deck. The 2-0 pitch swung on. It's a ground ball to Ducard. Ducard fields it, throws it across the diamond, and that'll do it. Wasatch gets the 6-4 victory over the Pine View Panthers. Good win there for the Wasps. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. Wasatch wins 6-4 to get back to 2-2.
The 50s produced some great sound. And that early rock and roll triggered so much emotion for so many. Here's another sound from that era. The Delaware Drill triggers a whole different set of emotions. The sounds, the smells, feeling out of control, whatever keeps you from the dentist, the Doris Dental, we get it. We focus on the little things. Distract yourself with your favorite episode of The Office, or crank up the 80s or 90s and let it take you back to another time. At Doris Dental, we are sensitive to your needs. We are taking care of the little things so you can move on to more enjoyable things. Located in Gateway Plaza in Heber City.
Barbecue in Heber Valley is a premier barbecue restaurant. You can choose from finger licking ribs, poppin' and newly sausage, tasty chicken, tender brisket, delicious pork, and yummy street tacos. Friday night dates, take that significant other for the smoked fried rib that melts in your mouth. Family-friendly atmosphere where everyone is welcome. Great service for dine-in or take-out. Great quality food and great value for your money. That's UG Food in Midway on Main Street.
You might be used to having someone answer the question, what is it that you need? I think that's limited. I'm going to take you through a 6-step process. And it's simply answering questions. And it might not just be home. It might be that you want that fancy new car. It might be that you want trips. It's your list. What is it that you really, really want? Call Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage in Heber City. Tom Stone, MLS 257849. Good Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender. MLS 7274. All loans are subject to condo order approval. Terms and conditions may apply. Subject to change without notice.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Timberline Ace Hardware right here in Heber City. Visit us for all your hardware needs. Coming to your car hardware, your cool outdoor clothing, and Wrangler jeans at 737 South Main Street behind Panda Express, serving the Heber Valley for over 50 years. And Ty, let's go ahead and throw it over to you for the Gordon Law Group scoring summary. The Gordon Law Group's your full-service local law firm.
Wasatch got 2 in the top of the first inning to take a 2-0 lead over Pine View, but Pine View got 3 out of 4 hitters on hits in the first 4 pitches of the ball game, Tyler, and responded very quickly. Tied it up in the bottom of the first 2-2 after that offensive blitz. Both teams went scoreless in the second, so we carried that 2-2 score into the third, where Carter Bukad put the ball in play with runners on second and third. And a second baseman error brought in both those runs. Wasatch went ahead 4-0 after the third inning, where Max Walker went out and shut down Pine View. They didn't get any runs there. The fourth inning, both teams went scoreless. The fifth inning, Wasatch also did not put a run on the board. Pine View did get 1 in the fifth inning. And then Wasatch responded right back in the top of the sixth, getting 1 themselves, making your score 5-3 at that point. Pine View came back, though, and got 1 in the bottom of the sixth inning, making the score 5-4. And then Wasatch